Hey guys, Graham here, and welcome to Traditional Flash. What I'm going to be doing today is I've had a couple of requests, and they're asking for a more in-depth tutorial on shading with the Copic Markers. If you haven't watched my videos before, that's what I use, Copic Markers, which are these things. They're brush tip pens using ink. And the requests I got were from Chapter Dubs, I think that's how you pronounce it. Is there any chance you can do a tutorial on how the Copic markers work, like shading, blending, effects? I bought some of the Copic markers and a Copic blender, but I find it hard to do the blending and shading. And James CYN said, could you do a more in-depth tutorial on how to blend colour using the Copics on a piece of flash? And in reply to your questions, guys, yeah, I can. So this is it. So what I'm going to start off by doing, just to show you, is say if you've got a line, a curved line, and I'll do this one as well, makes it easier. So you've got a curved line, and this is the bit which you want to do. You want to always have the brush tip facing towards the line. So if you're shading this side of this line, you want to flip the page around so it's facing this way, so you can blend using the tip closest to the line. And I will show you why that is, and I'll do a close-up. Okay. Now, the reason this is because you've got more control over the tip of the brush than you have over the back. So if you're, like I say, you're trying to blend this way, and your hand's like this, it's quite hard to kind of judge how far back it's going to go. And if you press too hard on one bit, so you're blending this bit and you press too hard, you're going to get that happen. It's going to come over the back of the line. So no matter how hard you press, if you're using the tip, it's never going to go over the line. You can press as hard as you like. So that makes it a lot easier. And this back edge here, this is where you're going to be blending out from anyway, so that doesn't really matter too much if it's not quite that neat, as it will be turned into a gradient. So that's why you always want to have the pen that way. And then when I blend out, I actually flip the page around the other way, so I'm blending out like this, because that actually is easier for blending. So that is a good tip for you. Oh, by the way, the liners I'm using, I've changed my liners. I'm actually using Zig Milleniums now. They're a lot better. I actually used them a while ago, picked up the uni pens, and then for some reason thought they were better. I can't remember why, but now I've gone back to Zig Milleniums, and I'll put the link to Copics and Zig Milleniums in the description, so you can pick some up from Colt Pens if you want. Right, so this is the design I'm going to be doing today. It's just a sort of cowgirl, very, very basic design, good to show you blending with. On a sheet, it's just got a few other, ladies on it. And I'll finish off this sheet in my next video, so you can see how I do the entire sheet. But for now, yeah, we're just going to be doing the black on this one. So the pens that you're going to want to have, if you want to do this exact same thing, is a 100 black, a C7, which is cool grey. They're all cool grey. You want to have a C5 and a C1. You can buy a set of these, which if you do have Copic black blending set, then you probably would have bought them all in a set, and you'll have a C3 in there as well. And the C3 I just did away with because you don't really need it. It's so close to the C1 and the C5 that it doesn't really need to be there. And you think you get a Colourless Blender with that as well, maybe? If not, you probably would have bought one separately, because you do need them for blending colour. But with this, the C1 is so light you don't actually need to use the Colourless Blender. So what I've done is I've just done this little bit black in here, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a gradient coming out away from the edge of the hat. And this is kind of how I start off my gradient. So I just black in an area. With old school, obviously, there's a lot of black in it. So yeah, I did quite a big area of black with the pen facing towards the line. And then you want to go on to your next pen, so you want C7, let me just flip this around, and you want to come at it like this, because obviously it doesn't matter how much control you've got over the colour behind it. You want to keep it looking nice, want to blend in front of it. See, this colour's so close, and you can blend back over the black as well, but yeah, this colour's so close to the black that it doesn't really matter if the black dries, so you can actually go through and do all the black in the piece, and then go through and blend it all just, basically like batch painting, makes it quicker. But these you want to not let them dry between. So I'm going to quickly move on to the next pen and just blend over it. Now what I'm doing is I'm blending over the colour before and sort of brushing it back over it. This just gives you a better blend. And I'll do the same with this one. Just kind of scrub over it, and it kind of lightens the colour behind it, as well as putting a bit of pigment in front of it, giving you a good blend. So that's pretty much it. I actually went out of the lines a little bit there, so that wasn't a very good example, but it's because I'm on video under pressure. But okay, now I'll do the other side of the hat if I can get it in the camera. There we go. I'll do this other side of the hat now, and like I say, if I was going to shade this bit, I'm going to do the same sort of thing as I did on this side of the hat. I wouldn't go at it from this side. What I could do, actually, probably could do if I just took my arm, but it's best to just turn the page around and yeah, paint it in this way. So I'm just going to put a bit of pigment in, going up from the side of the head around a bit. Quite a bit of black. Sorry, I keep losing the camera. It's kind of hard to judge it. Right. Next colour. Like I say, going back over it a bit. Same thing again. And this kind of applies to normal paintbrushes as well. You want to always have the tip facing the area where you want most control over. Except if I was painting with a normal brush, I wouldn't be turning it around to do the gradient this way. I would keep my paintbrush facing as I blend it out. If I was using water, I'd just get some water and just blend out and pull away with the brush. So this is just for Copics, really, this technique. So you want to bear that in mind. But yeah, that's basically all there is to the black. With colours, you can just blend straight over the top, because I'm going to do this hat brown. So I'll just brush straight over it with brown. That's the good thing about using inks, is you can just go straight over old colours. If you're using watercolours, you wouldn't be able to do this technique at all, because they would just wash off. You know, ink stains the page and it doesn't move unless you really go over it with Copics. They don't move once they're there. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about this, feel free to just leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to everyone. And yeah, I hope that helped and gave some of you a bit more of an insight into how to blend better. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon.